Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to do a get unready with me tonight because I'm getting ready to go to bed, and I also wanted to tell you guys my acne story. So while I get unready, hold on a second. While I get unready, I wanted to tell you guys my acne story, and because I get a lot of questions about Accutane, you know, how did I develop acne, what products did I use, things like that. So if you want to hear about my struggles and my acne story, and also watch and learn about what products I use to take my makeup off and my skincare at nighttime, keep on watching. And don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. It's real easy. Takes like 2 seconds. You know, it's painless. It's free. Come on, just help a girl out. Subscribe. I post like kind of cool videos sometimes, so like. But anyway, all jokes aside, if you want to know what I do at nighttime and hear more about my acne story, just keep on watching. Okay, so the first thing I gotta do is make myself blind, because I have my contacts in right now, and if I start putting all this crap on my face, then your girl is gonna get crap all over her contacts and it ain't gonna be pretty. So let me just take these puppies out real quick. Contacts are so weird, man. It's like glasses you put on your eyeball. Like, who came up with that? Like, I'm gonna put this lens on my eyeball. Like, what? And if anybody cares to know what I use to take my contacts out with, nobody probably cares, because literally it's contacts. Everybody uses what they want. I mean, there's really not that many choices. It's Opti-Free Pure Mist, Pure Moist. Did I say Pure Mist? Pure Moist. Opti-Free Pure Moist. That is what I use to take my contacts out with. So now I'm actually blonde and I can't see jack. So let me put my hair up. I just went and got my hair done literally yesterday, and Amy Bradford does my hair, and she's thebalm.com. So if y'all need extensions, or if you want to hear more about my extensions, I might make a video on them or something if y'all are like interested. If not, then I won't. So while I take my makeup off, I am just going to, I'll tell you guys what I use, and I'll start talking about kind of my acne story and like how I developed acne and stuff like that. Also, these are from Walmart. These are my favorite ones. The Sky Organics organic cotton rounds. They're 100% biodegradable, so good for the environment. I stopped using like the normal cotton rounds after I ran out, because trying to, you know, do better for the environment. Anyway, so I'm going to take my eye makeup off first. I will tell you guys a little bit about what kind of happened, how I developed acne. So in February, actually I don't remember the exact day. It was February 18th. My birthday's on February 16th. So I know this. I remember it because it was 2 days after my birthday, and I was a complete mess before I got my IUD put in. So February 18th, 2018. Yes, 2018, I made the horrible decision of getting an IUD placed in. I've been on birth control since I was 14 because I have like really heavy periods, and I cramped really super bad, and it just was horrible. So since I've been going to the gynecologist since I was 14, you know, they were like, okay, let's put you on birth control. So I've been on probably, like, no joke, like 10 or 12 different kinds of birth control. I've been on like every kind of pill you can think of. I've never done the depot shot. I've never done like the Nexplanon or whatever, that crap that goes in your arm. I've never done that because I'm too scared to do it. I've just heard like too many horror stories about that one. But I did some research, and like my gynecologist was like, okay, let's try an IUD, because that's really your only option at this point, because you don't want to do the other stuff. So let's try an IUD. So I was like, okay, I'm down. So I go in on the 18th, like, and I got Kiehl, if that matters. It's a hormonal IUD. It's not like a copper IUD or anything like that. It does release hormone into your body. So what ended up happening was, whenever I got this, the first 3 months were bomb. Amazing. It was great. Getting the IUD like placed, it was painful, I will say. They told me to take like a leave before I went in there, and have somebody drive you there and home, because a lot of people have a lot of pain afterwards and stuff like that. So it knocked me out for like a whole day whenever I got it. But my mom went with me, and the only thing that really hurt whenever I got it, they tell you to go whenever you're on your period, because your cervix is dilated. Otherwise they have to clamp your cervix so they can get the IUD into your uterus. So they have to measure your uterus and things like that, and that's what hurt me the most, when they measured my uterus. And I know a lot of people that have IUDs and love them and have had no issues. This is just my experience, and I don't want this to like scare anybody or be like, oh my god, just because Alex had a bad experience, like I'm not gonna do it. You have to make your own decisions based on your body and what you think is best for you. I thought it was best for me, and it turned out it wasn't. And that's okay. I'll just tell you guys, I used Take the Day Off by Clinique, by the way, to take my eye makeup off. And I'm now using the Farmacy Green Clean Balm, and it looks like this. It's just green. It's not focusing, but it's green, and it comes like a little spatula like this. I just take it and put it on my hands, and then just rub it together like this and kind of get it warm, and then I just put it on my face. So anyway, back to my story. I just don't want anybody to like be freaked out and be like, oh my god, Alex had a bad experience and like I'm not gonna do it. Like, you gotta make your decisions based on you. But I just want to share my story, so it does give people kind of like a idea of what happened to me and how this, like, how it caused my acne. So after the first initial day that I got it put in, I like was knocked out that whole day. I cramped all day. It wasn't fun. And then like I finished my period out, and then the first 3 months were unbelievable. Like, they were awesome. And when May hit, it was like probably the end of May, I started breaking out. And I was never ever one to get like deep cystic acne or like pustule acne or acne that was really painful. I would get like a blackhead here or a little pimple here or there, like nothing crazy, you know. And like acne doesn't run in my family. I mean, like, you know, we'll get pimples here or there, but it's nothing, you know, nothing to be like, oh my god, they have like super bad acne, they have to be medicated for it. I'm just using a washcloth to take this off with, by the way. So anyway, in about the end of May, I noticed that I started breaking out really bad. And I'm like OCD about my skincare. Like, my mom really instilled in me from a young age, like, always wash your face before you go to bed. Never leave your makeup on when you sleep. Like, always wash your face when you get up in the morning. And like, take care of your skin because it's important and things like that. Like, that was instilled in me from a young age. And then my face started breaking out, and I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? Because I've never broken out before. So I really like didn't know what to do, because I changed my skincare. I bought super expensive skincare. I X'd every single thing out of my skincare routine and used a like Dove Gentle bar of soap because I heard that worked. And like, I did loads of research on things that I shouldn't eat, things that could possibly cause this. And then I was looking at the side effects of my IUD, and I, you know, like called me and my gynecologist had this conversation before I ever got the IUD. And the conversation went, I read that if you have, you know, acne that runs in your family, or if you're prone to acne, that the IUD can make it worse, or it can make it come out, or stuff like that. You know, and she was like, you know, it can, but if you do have issues, like, give me a call and I'll prescribe you something. I was like, okay. So after all the skincare stuff didn't work, it was probably June at this point, probably middle of June, I called, or maybe beginning to middle of June, I called my gynecologist and I was like, hey, I'm breaking out really bad. It's really painful. I don't know what to do. I've never had acne before. And they said, okay, we'll prescribe you spironolactone. So spironolactone is a diuretic, and it's supposed to kind of help flush things out and, you know, keep oil production down and things like that. So it helped for like the first 2 weeks. Then my face got so bad. It was so inflamed. It was so scabby. So, I mean, like pustule, deep set acne. Like, the kind that if you rubbed your hand over it, it hurt. It was so painful. And I had never had acne before. And like, I didn't really know what to say to people that had acne because I never had it. And I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. Like, just, you know, use this or use that. It'll probably help. And like, I guess this was like a life lesson for me to not assume, you know, people's struggles, because I learned real fast and quick that you can't do anything. Like, there's nothing that you can possibly do to make acne less painful or to go away and things like that. So when I got the acne, it was so bad. I went to my dermatologist, and I went to her and I was like, you know, I got an IUD and this is what is happening to me, and I don't understand because this has never happened to me. I've tried spironolactone. It worked for like the first 2 weeks, and then it stopped working and my acne got worse. And I was like in a panic because at this point I had like sobbed to my mom and dad. I had sobbed to my friends. I'm like, what am I gonna do? Because I've never had acne, and like no amount of makeup could cover that up. It just, like, honestly, makeup made it look worse sometimes. And I will wear dewy makeup, matte makeup, whatever, and it was just insane. Like and it made me so uncomfortable, and like I would have anxiety before I went out in public because I was like, oh my god, people are going to be looking at me because I have acne. And that's such a bad thing to feel because I've never felt that before. I truly feel for people that struggle with acne on the daily basis, because if it wasn't for my dermatologist and like really talking to me, like if you do have acne and you haven't been to a dermatologist and you want to seek out help, please go to a dermatologist. Don't just try to fix it yourself, and like don't buy into this crap that, oh my god, this will work for you, oh my god, that'll work for you, because everybody's trying to make a buck whenever they try to sell you the stuff for acne. Go to your dermatologist. And I'm not saying those things can't work, but I'm just saying, like, need to talk to a medical professional that specializes in the skin. So after I talked to my dermatologist, she was like, I think that we need to start you out on Accutane as soon as we can. And like, what Accutane is, I've read like horror stories about Accutane. Don't go on the internet. Don't go on the internet and read about Accutane, because you will read the worst horror stories you have ever read in your life. It's like, it made all my hair fall out. It made my teeth transparent. It made me lose it. I don't even know. It was ridiculous. But I read all those, and so I was terrified. I was literally like, no thank you. Let's try something else. At this point, my acne was bad, but it wasn't the worst it could be. So after that, she was like, okay, let's prescribe you like a sulfate wash for your face, and let's prescribe you a retinol and like all this stuff. So I was like, okay. I don't remember the exact regimen on I was at first. I believe it was like an antibiotic and that sulfate wash and like a cream. And so I put that stuff on every day. The thing about it is even though I had acne, I had really super sensitive skin. So just because you have acne doesn't mean that you can't have dry skin, doesn't mean you can't have oily skin or sensitive skin or not sensitive skin. Like, it doesn't discriminate, okay? Like, you can literally have acne if you have any kind of skin. You can develop it. It's just insane. The first couple times I washed my face, I was like, oh my gosh, this is burning so bad. And I'm gonna go real quick and wash my face with my Foreo. I'll be back and we'll talk about this some more. But I use my Foreo. It's like my Foreo Luna, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the Luna 2. Foreo Luna 2. And this is for combination skin. I really should have the one for sensitive skin, but I bought this whenever my acne was actually really bad. And I read it, helps with acne. So I washed my face with this, and I use this Eviloom, Eviloom, who knows how to pronounce this stuff. It's an oil-based cleanser. It's gel balm cleanser. Anyway, it's really good for your skin, and I really like it. And it doesn't smell that good. It smells like very botanical, like, I don't even know what it smells like, but not the best. But I'm a firm believer in, if your skincare probably smells bad, probably gonna do some good for your face. I don't know. Like, everything I've tried that smells bad always makes my face look popping. So I'm gonna go ahead and wash my face with this, and I'll BRB. Okay, so I just washed my face with the Eviloom Gel Balm Cleanser, and I used my Foreo for about like a minute, and I just kind of go for like a minute. I know I just said that, but for 1 minute, 1 whole minute, 60 seconds, I do that on my face, and it makes my skin so soft. What do I need to do now? I gotta put my toner on. And the toner that I'm using is Biologique. I'm butchering these names, y'all. Biologique Recherie. Biologique Recherie. That sounds so, like, bougie. But anyway, it's the Lotion P50V. It's for sensitive skin, and it helps kind of like prevent congestion and exfoliates. It purifies your skin, does all the good stuff. And does it stink? Yes, it does. Does it help my face? Yes, it does. I'm telling y'all, I'm a firm believer in if it stinks, it helps your face. So anyway, I'll go back to my acne story because I forgot where I was. I talked to my dermatologist, and they put me on like that sulfate wash and antibiotic and all that stuff. The antibiotic made me deathly sick. Like, every time I would take it, I would puke. And even if I ate and I took that stuff, I would vomit. It was disgusting. I couldn't handle it. I was like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? So that didn't work. So I called my dermatologist, and I'm like, I'm having a really bad reaction to the antibiotic, and the wash that I'm supposed to do on my face burns my skin. My skin's really sensitive and it's hurting. And she was like, okay, we can't, obviously use it, so stop using it like right now. So I stopped using it, went back in. She put me on another kind of medication, another kind of cream. That didn't work. Went back in, and I was like, what do I need to do? And she's like, we're just going to cancel everything out. She was like, cut out dairy. So I cut out dairy for like a month, and then I hadn't been back to her from like July to November. And then in August, I mean, my anxiety was like an all-time high. I had never had panic attacks before, and I started having panic attacks. I started being like really sad all the time because honestly, and I think that it's because the acne affected me to the point where I felt like I couldn't go out. I couldn't go out with my friends. I couldn't do anything. I didn't want to even go to class because my skin was so bad and I was so embarrassed. So I called my mom and dad one night, like having a panic attack, and they were like, you have to get this out. Like, this is not okay. And so I made an appointment that Friday. I called him on a Wednesday, and I made that appointment that Friday and got it out. It's crazy to think that like a little 1-inch thing that's about that big, like about that wide, absolutely ruined my life. Like, it was terrible. So anyway, I use this treatment. It's Good Genes. It's like an exfoliant, clarified dull skin, blah blah blah. It is all the good crap. So I just put a little situation there and just kind of rub it together all over my skin and just put it on. So anyway, I got my IUD taken out in August, and then my skin got worse. Like, I thought my skin was bad. It got worse. It got worse. At the time, I changed my skincare to just the Fab Beauty like cleanser. It's pH balanced, and the Fab Beauty moisturizer. Only 2 things I used, and the Kiehl's like avocado eye cream, which I still used now. And I didn't even use the Foreo because it just irritated my skin and it just made it just angry. So all I did was just wash my face with lukewarm water, do the Fab Beauty stuff, that's it. And I started taking Balance by Laniege, and that did help my hormonal acne, but the acne on my cheeks, the acne on my forehead, like things like that, it didn't help that. And I had taken it for about a month, and it did clear my acne up significantly, but it still wasn't all gone. And so I felt like, okay, I'm gonna have to go in, like, I'm sick and tired of dealing with this. I'm going in and asking for Accutane because she wanted to put me on it to begin with, and I said no. And I was like, I'm at my wit's end. One of my best friends, we were at my apartment, and I looked at Heather and I was like, I'm done. Like, I am done. Like, this is ridiculous. Like, I'm going today to the doctor. And so she actually went with me to the doctor, and I got put on Accutane. But there's like a 30-day waiting period. You have to go through all this stuff. I'll tell you guys what serum I'm using. I'm using the Skinceuticals Phytocorrective gel. This is for redness. And I still have redness from my acne. And I do like 2 little squirts like that and rub it on my hands like this, and then just put it on my skin. So I went to the dermatologist that day, and she was like, we'll put you on a regimen. You know, this is what's going to happen. You're going to have blood work every 30 days. You're going to have to do a pregnancy test every 30 days, a serum pregnancy test. You're going to have to take a pregnancy test today. You're going to have to, you know, sign this stuff that you'll be on 2 forms of birth control. And it's very serious. Like, the drug, like Accutane is not anything to take lightly. It's not something to be like, oh, I want to be on Accutane because, like, everybody else is doing it and I think it's gonna be great. No, it's hard. Accutane, it was like probably the most difficult 5 months of my life. Like, not because it was like painful or anything, but it was just that the drug itself just makes your skin so dry. It makes your hair dry, your everything dry. Just everything is just like absolutely, like, it dries your body out like from the inside out, if that makes any sense. It's a really super high derivative of vitamin A. So overloading your body with vitamin A, it gets rid of your acne and all that, but it absolutely is the driest I've ever been. The driest skin I've ever had in my entire life. It was painful. Oh, the cream I just put on also, my skin's really dry right now because the weather changed. It changed from like hot to cold and like 2.2. This is just the Kiehl's Ultra Facial Cream, and it's a really good like emollient facial cream. I use it at night and in the morning. It's great. It's my favorite, especially for dry skin, and it doesn't feel heavy on your skin, but it does feel like it's moisturizing. This is the Kiehl's Creamy Eye Treatment with Avocado. I just talked about this. I used this while I was on Accutane. But anyway, so I started in December, and they were like, here's what's gonna happen. Your lips are gonna get ridiculously dry. Like, so dry that you can't go without chapstick for like 5 seconds. You know, your skin's gonna get real dry. Your scalp is gonna get really dry. Probably so dry that you can go for a week and a half or 2 weeks and not wash your hair. I was like, oh, they're exaggerating. This is ridiculous, you know. Like, it's not gonna be that bad. I also researched, I was like, what's the best products to use? I was just like, what can I do to be most prepared for when it gets really bad? And nothing could prepare me, okay? Nothing can prepare you for how bad. It's not that it's bad, it's just it's so dry. And like, Accutane can cause suicidal thoughts. You can have a lot of mental health issues on it, depression, anxiety, things like that. And that really scared me, but I tried not to like get too in my head about it, because I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna like chill out, and if it happens to me, then I'll let my doctor know and we can quit. But gladly that didn't happen to me, like, thank God. And I'll tell you guys kind of like my symptoms and things like that of Accutane as well. So my doctor told me to use like Cetaphil for my cleanser, and use just like a plain Jane moisturizer. So I use Cetaphil first, and then I switched over to the Fab Beauty, because it's a very, very like cut and dry basic cleanser. It's pH balance, all that good stuff. So about 2 weeks to 3 weeks in, I noticed my lips getting ridiculously dry, my eyes getting ridiculously dry, my scalp, the dandruff, the dandruff, literally I could make it snow. Like, I could go like this and literally it would just like pour. It was sick. This is my lip sleeping mask. I use this every single night, and I just kind of get it out with my fingernail and just kind of put it on like this. I started looking for lip balms probably about 2 weeks in, and I was like, okay, what can I get? What's the best kind of lip balm? I tried Aquaphor. No go. Did not help me. I read reviews like, oh, this helped me. This is my lifesaver during Accutane. Like, girl, what? What? No, it did not help me. It was literally like dried my lips out more. Carmex, no go. Didn't work. And Carmex was like my ride or die before I was on Accutane. So the last one I saw was like reading this thread, and I saw this girl mention Jack Black lip balm, and I was like, what the heck is that? So I looked it up, and then I saw people like raving about like, oh my god, this was great, I can't live without this stuff, oh my god. Like, so I was sold. I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out. What's the hurt? So I ordered the Shea Butter Jack Black lip balm. No joke, I cannot live without this stuff. Like, this was my absolute lifesaver while I was on Accutane. I was never anywhere without this stuff. It was always in my hand. If I had made sure I had my phone, my lip balm, my keys, phone, lip balm, keys. I did not leave the house. If I had to go run to the bathroom and it was on my countertop, you best bet I took that freaking chapstick from my countertop to the bathroom. Like, that's how ridiculous it was. Like, I couldn't talk to somebody without reapplying my chapstick, because my lips would just get so dry. And it wasn't like a normal chap lip. It was like a painful, like crusty, painful chap lip. So this stuff literally saved me. It saved my lips during Accutane. So it was getting cold outside, and I noticed my skin get super dry. And I'd read somewhere else on like another thread, like a blog post or something, that this person used the Josie Marin argan oil, and it's thick. She's thick. And whenever I would go to bed at night, sometimes if my skin was really dry, I would put like Aquaphor that comes in the big bottle. I would squeeze that stuff out and just like coat my face with it. And I'm telling you what, I mean, I looked like a grease ball. But in the morning when I wake up, my skin would be super hydrated, and it would all soak in at night. But most of the time, if I did that, I had to sleep on a towel or something, because it was just so greasy. I would ruin my pillowcases. At nighttime, my skincare routine was take my makeup off with the same stuff, the Farmacy stuff that I used tonight, if I had makeup on. If not, then I didn't worry about it. And then use the Fab Beauty cleanser, the pH regulated cleanser. And then I did not use a toner, did not use anything like that. I was instructed not to use any kind of acids or anything that is going to be harsh on your skin. Just use like plain Jane stuff. So then I would use the Fab Beauty moisturizer, and then I would put a couple drops, like one squeeze here, of the Josie Marin argan oil, and work that in my skin. And so that was my nighttime routine. Unless I was super, super dry, and then I would like slather Aquaphor on my face. But that was just like when it got really bad, like month 4, month 5, I would do that. Not really in the beginning. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this lotion on my hands. Some Lotion. Oh my god, it smells so good. I get this from Sam's, and it's like in a big old tub like this. And it's like vitamin E cream. But I use this while I was on Accutane too on my body, because you have to like moisturize your entire body when you're on Accutane. You have to moisturize day and night. That's what I used every day. And it's thick. Like, this stuff is thick. I don't know if you can see that. She's thick. Like, she's thick. But anyway, I always like to put lotion on my arms at night time because my arms are stay dry. My hands stay dry. Yeah, this stuff is balm at Sam's. This is how they sell them. It doesn't come in like a package or anything. It's just for dry and sensitive skin. So if you have dry and sensitive skin, balm. And it's not expensive. So it's a bargain. But I've never seen it anywhere else but Sam's. I've never seen it at Walmart, never seen it anywhere else but Sam's. So anyway, Accutane was a positive experience for me. Like I said, I did get my acne from, like, it was a side effect of my IUD. I'm no longer on an IUD. And I did get asked a question, which was a good question. Did I continue birth control after I got my IUD taken out? And the answer to that is yes. After I got my IUD taken out, I went back on the pill, and I take generous FE. But if people ask me, I'd tell them my story and let them know, like, this was my experience. It was really negative for me. But I know people, like, some of my friends have had IUDs and they absolutely, like, love them, like, cannot live without them. And I wish it was like that for me. I really wish I could say that, like, I loved an IUD. It did wonders for me, but it really didn't. It was really difficult for me, and it put me through, like, one of the hardest times in my life because I really was afraid I was going to have deep pitted scars and things like that because the acne was just so deep rooted in my skin. And all the products that I used during Accutane, they were just what worked for me and, like, what I told my dermatologist that I was using, and she okayed it and said, like that sounds great. Now you guys know what I do at night time to get ready for bed, and I hope you all enjoyed my acne story. If y'all have any questions or want me to kind of make, like, products I couldn't live without on Accutane and, like, show you guys what I used, I don't care to do that. I'll make another video about it if you want me to. But I always get a lot of questions about Accutane and if it was worth it and did I like it and was it hard. Yes, it was hard. Yes, it was worth it. No, I didn't like it, but it was 100% worth the struggles, the dry skin, the dry scalp, the dry eyes, the dry lips, the dryness period. I mean, it was worth it for the outcome now because my skin looks so pretty. And was it what it was before I ever got acne? No, but you know, it is so much better. I mean, it's so much better than what it was. You know, I wish I had never had to go through what I went through with the IUD, but I'm not the only person that, you know, an IUD is affected, and if my story can help somebody else, then I hope that it reaches someone that, you know, I can give some help to, because I would have loved a video like this before I got an IUD, just to kind of know somebody else's struggles and things like that. But like I said, this is just one experience. It's not everybody else's. And, you know, the birth control I'm on right now, people have bad reviews of, and it works wonders for me. I love it, and it's fine. But what time is it? It's 11:16, so I gotta get up at the butt crack of dawn to go to work in the morning, so I'm gonna hop off here. But I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Just remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys being here and watching my story and stuff like that. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. This is the cutest stuff I've ever heard. Oh my god. Help me. I don't really care, because I gotta take this crap out of my eyeballs. Oh, my nose is itchy. Bye.